this lick, pluck first on the G string or the first string. I'll do numbers for now, just in case, some folks don't know the name of their strings. You can always learn that later on. First string, you pluck, and you thump on the lower octave, which is the third string. So, pluck, first string, thump on the lower octave, then flick up, third string, then pluck again, and then thump the lower octave. So, get that? Pluck, thump, flick up, pluck, thump. Then do it fast. It sounds better when you do it fast, like patek. So that's it. Well, I'm on E, right? Octaves. I have the advantage of this open E now. So I can do. So it's gonna sound like this fast. Then you could put, fit that somewhere in some song or some kind of groove you're playing, or mess around with it like this. Something like that, or but the whole thing is. So if you want to go to a different key, a different note, you could do like this is E right now. If you go to D, you wouldn't have the advantage of an open D unless you have some kind of drop tuner on that note, on the E string. So it's going to sound like this on D. Or the 5-string bass, instead of the open E string, you have to bounce on the big D. If I can get this in. So it's going to be like this. And then E is easier, because you already have this note ringing out the E string, right? Or if you don't have an E string, a big D note on like a 5-string, you just stay on the D. Like, same thing with the E. You don't have to do on the open E. You could do. Stuff like that. So basically it's thump, pluck, thump, flick up, pluck again, and thump. That's it. If you have the benefit of the open string, you do. So you can play it in whatever notes you want, E, E flat, D, D flat, C, B, B flat. So that's it, right? I hope that helps. What else I have? Check this out. So let's concentrate on that. That lick. So what is that? Is this pluck, then you pull off, then you go to the next note, then you pull off. Let's do 4 notes, right? So pluck, pull off. Do all the notes chromatically going down. So you just pluck one time. I stop using this hand for how many notes you want to play. So like this. Keep going down. You keep going down or up. Wow, I never go up like that. Just learned something right there. But we're going down. So up is down. Well, the notes are getting lower in pitch. So, you don't have to do chromatic notes, right? You could do all kind of notes. Like, for instance, I'm doing, then I come to the second string. I'm doing a tone away, two steps. Half step, whole step, like whole step away. Whole step. Then I come to the second string. Then you could do whatever, all you want to hear, whatever you want to hear, choose those notes. So I'm doing. So so the first exercise, remember this? So we already know that. Then you add this. This is just pluck, pull off, hammer on, no plucking or anything, and pull off. Just like this. So okay, simple. It's this. It's like you're doing that. Hammer on and pull off on different notes. So that's that, right? I hope that helped. Try it, mess around with it for a few minutes, or a few days, or a few weeks, or a few months, and it's gonna take you somewhere. What else I have? I use this harmonics very often. Okay. The harmonics comes from cameras. I play a note. Play this note, right? I use my thumb to touch the string a little bit. You see my thumb there? Hear this note. And if I play this note at the same time when I'm touching the string a little bit with my thumb, it creates an harmonic. Yeah, so that's the note. The higher octave. But you have to find the sweet spot. It's somewhere here, at the edge of the fret. This is a 24 fret, so for a 22 fret bass, it might be different. This position. But it's the same thing. You play the note, and then you barely touch it with your thumb. I hear what it sounds like. Hear that? We have to find the right spot that will change the note if you come this way. Hear that? So around here, give me the high octave. And if you come way back here, give you a higher octave. But it's easier if you're playing through an amplifier and you're loud. It's easier like that. You hear it better. So this note, that's A, and I get a higher octave A. Hear that? So for every note, it's the same thing. At the same time on the same string, lightly. You're gonna hear it. And if I go further back here, you're gonna get that very high octave. Like, check this out. Then I do a. So that's that. I use that technique a lot. For instance, look, check this out. I do this. Oh, it's like I'm just. It's like I'm bending this note, right? But I'm using the same technique. Touch your thumb slightly on the same note you're playing on the same string, and it create like. So if you go like here, this around here, gives you the octave. If you come further back, you get a higher octave. Like I said, it sounds better and it's easier to do if you're playing through a bass amp and you're playing a bit loud. I'm just using headphones now, so can't really get the vibe I'm looking for. So that's another thing. Check this out. Now check this out. So that's it. So I hope that helps. Just practice it for a few days, a few hours, a few minutes, a few weeks, a few months, or a few years. You'll get it. What else do I do? Oh, this. Instead of like this lick I'm talking about, I do like prr, prr. No, I can't even do it. I'm trying to show you. So, like instead of like flamengo. I peeped that from Abraham Laboriel. He loved to do something. Oh, my fingers hurting. So. I mean, that's pretty simple. Just like it's spreading like a fan. Oh, so it's like. So you can play around with that, use that however you feel, wherever it could fit, What else? Check this out now. No, check this out. No. Oh no, check this out. Because I'm not using an amplifier, I'm just using this Roland Go mixer. It's like a little headphone amp, right? So I'm not getting the vibe like I'm playing through big speakers. So, but check this out. You probably know that song. It's some kind of funky song. So check this out now. And check this out. Just listen. Now listen to this. When I play the second time around, it sounds more like subwoofer kind of thickness. Like this. playing a clean note like this. You hear that? Because I'm playing the note like just thumping on the B string. Now, check this out. Inside my forearm here, I'm muting the string slightly, like here. You see that? It's like a palm mute, like how you do that. But I'm using here to mute the string a little bit, so I can muffle the strings just slightly. So I'm thumping here, but my inside the flesh of my hands, muting the string a little bit. See that? So I'll listen to this now. I'm not muting anymore. It sounds more open, but I like this. You're gonna have to use headphones or play this through some speaker to hear what I'm, get the effect of it. So that's some techniques that I use. A lot of the stuff that I do, I learn it by accident or just making up stuff, just feeling like, just make up some crazy stuff out of nowhere. Just do anything I feel like doing. My style of playing is like I play how I feel, depends on the circumstance, the room I'm in, or I play the way I kind of imagine my playing is like, depends on what I see. I could come up with something like, for example, if I see like a color, let's say somebody walk in the room with red, I might think a different way of playing something. It's just weird, in a good way. Yeah. A lot of my chops and my licks comes from all over the place. Like many songs that I learned years ago, I hear a lick, I would apply that same type of lick or something very similar in my playing and all of that. Like there's certain lick that I do when I play it, I always remember the person I learned it from, or I probably remember a song that I learned it from, and I apply it. When I learn a lick, I try to apply it and make sure it's musically, it suits what I'm playing. Like, you know, if I learn like a minor lick, I wouldn't just play it just like that over a major chord, just because I want to play that lick. I'd make sure it's sync musically. Like this famous lick that I think was there are a lot of famous licks that people use randomly. Sometimes to my ears it doesn't fit the circumstance, but hey, everybody should do what they want to do. They're adults, just do what you want to do. We live in a free country, just play what you want to play. So, well, everybody knows the muting technique stuff. You know this one already. You palm mute. You just from the bridge, you come a little forward, and you press down there, and then you play with your thumb. If you don't do that, it's gonna sound like this. If you press down there, I have my bass set up. Well, right now this bass is set up not very very low, but medium low. So, for instance, if I wanna thump and pluck you know, like this. Let's do octave. Let's say there's a group like. into the strings at a certain time. Like, just get a pinchy song, almost like you're thumping and plucking, you know. That comes from just being more aggressive and more staccato. You kind of mute up here very slightly to make it, like I'm muting here a little bit just in time, just soon after you play the note, like you kind of mute it a little bit. It's hard to explain, but you could. That's something easy to do. You could figure it out on your own. Anybody like. Just cutting the notes very short. When you dig in, you cut the note very short. Instead of just cut it short. So raise up your shoulder to make it sound more effective, like. So those are some of the stuff that I do. You know, I just play how I feel. I try to sound good all the time, appropriately within the context of music. Don't play a lot of crazy stuff, anymore. Well, this is a lick that I do when I feel like, I guess. So I'm bending, pushing up two string at the same time. Well, I'm pushing the it's like I'm bending first, then play the note. So I'm bending two strings at the same time. I think I start with one first and I end up grabbing the other, like, see, like that. Yeah. So what else? I play chords and all of that. Everybody know chords, like. Oh, excuse me. Let me show you something. Well, I could check this out. First of all, I'm gonna go to the back pickup to give me a more mid punch, more burpy kind of tone, right? And I'm gonna turn down some of the treble. So I'm at the back pickup. I bump up some mids to make it protrude out more. Like that's E minor 7, right? Alright, don't worry about the name of the chord. I'm gonna play this chord with all same thing that I do. Like, you remember that we talked about earlier? Oh, you touch to get the harmonic. So I'm gonna play this chord. You hear that? E minor 7. And then I can do the same thing to play the chord with a harmonic type of stuff. The gain is too much. So check this out. Hear that? Same chord. That's a natural tone. Now this is a harmonic tone. And if I go further back here, I can get the higher octave. So that's another trick that I do. It's not really a trick, it's just something to learn. Because dishonesty. It's not something real, it's a trick. This is real, this is something real. Just have to learn it. Um, what else can I talk about? tonation, tone was very important to me. Well, the way I want my bass to sound every time is very important to me in every playing circumstance. Um, Sometimes I play brighter than other times. Then another time, I set my tone right to cut through a certain way based on how I want to hear it. For example, if the keyboard player is playing like a, let's say a Rhodes or a warm song, like like for example, keyboard player is doing something like this. That type of warm Fender Rhodes tone. I mean, I'm not saying this sound like a Fender Rhodes right there, but that's an example. If he's doing that, jeez, I would try to do something to contrast that tone wise. I would go with a brighter, edgy sounding tone. So if he's doing, I might, the note I can do like, but I would do that, but I would change my tone to make it cut in more like this. Put some highs on it so that it could cut through what he's doing. Because let's say he's doing back to the dull tone again, and I do. It's like I could get kind of, I could sound mellow or lost within that mix. But if I want to stand out, I'll go brighter, like and I do, or a higher octave. That's just an example of how I utilize tone, how I think of tone. So I don't play one tone all the time. It depends on what is going on around me in terms of instruments playing a certain way. Then I kind of set my tone however I'm comfortable. Oh, check this out. I just remember something. Then check this out. No, check this out. Sounds like a regular bass, like a good sounding bass. So when I do this now, I'll tell you what I did. It's to emulate like a synth bass keyboard bass tone. So what I did, regular bass tone, I switch from that. I go to the back pickup to get that nasal kind of burpy mids. I bump up some mid range, turn off the treble, and then instead of playing here, I played more like on the fretboard to get that hollow synthy sound. And then check this out. Because of where I'm using my right hand on the bass, it changed the tone, the sound. Like, check this out. Oh, sorry. Hear the difference? So that's a little trick. It's not a trick. It's just how to set tonation. So tone. Every time I think of tone, my mind always go back to way back years ago. Ronald Prophet, the tone master, taught me a few tricks about tone. If you want to cut through, you need more mids. Make it more punchy and burpy. Mid range does that for you. Yeah. So what else? So so check this out now. So with that, you could use that same tone to play some slow runs like, and it's gonna sound like this. You see? Yeah. Almost like a fretless kinda, a little bit like a fretless bass. Sounds like a tube, but like a hollow kind of instrument. Turn off all the treble, because if you turn up the treble, you're gonna start hearing the frets and the zingy like this. Kind of noisy. So those are some stuff that I do. Um, well, for beefy tone, you add more bass and take off some highs to make it fat. It's subjective. So however you feel, just play how you feel. Don't let nobody tell you how to play. What else do I have? Oh, check this out. Check out this lick like this. Check this out. So instead of I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And check this out. That's like with one finger, one strike. But I'm gonna do triplets. So if you want to do like, for instance, I can do a triplet as one, like, one. So those little it just add a little bit of flavor. So don't remember any other. What else do? I do a lot of stuff like, so, I'm sure there's more. Oh, check this out. No, not this part. It's like he's slapping back and forth. Pa 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 pa. Pa da pa da pa da pa. I use this technique sometimes. Years ago, I used to do all kind of fancy stuff, but now I just like enjoy playing some tight groove, make it simple, with some little tasteful riffs, and I feel good about that. But when push comes to shove, I can do all kind of crazy stuff. So I'm trying to do. So no. So you just add this. But that is like a drum playing. So it's I'm sitting. I'm not comfortable, but that's the idea. I do it better when I stand and play, but I don't have my strap right now. So that's it. So that's that. What else do I do? Anyway, let's take that for now. If I remember anything, I'll just do another video. Well, I hope this helped in some way. Just take the good stuff, try make it your own, do something, and the stuff that you don't like, just ignore it.